welcome back to Blue Moon Bay Speedway. It's time for race 7 out of 10. We got 2 races on tap here tonight, twin 15-lap races. And not joined by Rashad Metz today, I'm actually joined by Nick Collier, a racer in the league. Nick Collier, how you doing tonight?
Hey, doing great. Ready for some excellent racing here at Blue Moon Speedway.
And this track is always its sights, but these are only 15-lap races. We do have 2 of them tonight, and after the first race, the field will be inverted to set the starting lineup for the second race. How do you think that this shorter race is going to affect these drivers?
Yeah, no, these shorter races, it's gonna really crank up the intensity. You know, a lot less laps to settle in and find that groove. You're gonna have to find it early. Make your way to the front. Try to stay there as long as you can. It's gonna get crazy.
Yeah, this is always a crazy racetrack, a lot of bumping and banging. But let's get down to your Mets painting ones to watch. We're not going to do a grid walk today. Got a lot of people that aren't in the league, so we're just going to go through your league drivers real quick. So starting off P2, Miles Johnson, a former Northern Iowa Speedway track champion and Weekly Series track champion, and your current points leader. Miles Johnson looking for another strong finish here tonight. He's been on a roll lately. He's finished 3rd and 2nd in the past couple of races in the Weekly Series and picked up his first one in the Touring Series and then finished 2nd, his best career finish on a road course last week. So he's really on a roll these past couple of weeks. He's looking to pick up another win tonight, looking for win number 10 actually, trying to break that double-digit number, which only Rashad Metz has been able to do. Rolling off right behind him is Miles Turner in the number 74 car. Now, he's kind of a rookie in the league, so Nick, how do you think he's going to handle the race tonight?
Yeah, as you can see on the on his paint job there, it says driver development. You know, he's still kind of finding his legs in the series and just trying to figure out how to work the car. You know, stick it in the spots it needs to be at the right times. Overall, I think he's going to do pretty good. He's going to be up front. You know, working with his team owner there with Miles Johnson, working towards the front late, and maybe see him in victory lane.
And the next car back on the Mets painting ones to watch, Rashad Metz, former Touring Series champion, currently the points leader in the Touring Series. He's been decently strong here, hasn't gotten the wins to back up his consistency here in the Weekly Series. He did pick up his first win last week, so let's see if he'll be able to do it again tonight. He is pretty strong, and he does have some drafting help, so how do you think the drafting help that he's going to have here tonight is going to affect the race?
Yeah, he's got his teammate Nick Collier behind him most of the time in the race. They always like to hook up bumpers. He also works well with Miles Johnson late in races. Those two have some chemistry on track. For whatever reason, he's not able to put it all together to accumulate the same wins he does have in the Touring Series. But I mean, he still finishes up front most of the time. Look for him there late.
And behind him, the last car on our Mets paintings ones to watch is none other than Nick Collier in the number 42 car. A little Jeff Gordon throwback there. Nice paint scheme. He's been a very good rookie here in the series. Got a lot of great finishes. He's been very close to breaking in victory lanes through a lot of races. So how do you think he's going to do tonight? He's still kind of learning in the series, but how do you think that experience he's gotten so far is going to work out for him?
Yeah, ever since his first race, his worst podium finish is 2nd. He hasn't finished any worse than 2nd so far. He's a front runner at this track. He's got the speed. Just hopefully he's in the right spot come to the finish.
And that's it for your Mets paintings ones to watch. 10 cars, the biggest field in GTO history. This is going to be a fun one. It's always a fun track. And with only 15 laps, this may just be the craziest race that we have ever seen yet. Let's waste no time and get down to business here. 15 laps to determine the winner. 2 points races tonight. And the lights are off. We're green flag racing at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. Some tire smoke through the back of the pack there as they fan out going into turn 1.
So Miles, with all these new drivers in this league, how do you think everything's going to fare?
Oh, car spinning already. The pole sitter, Georgie there in that Corvette. Let's see what happened here. He got in the corner way too low on the apron.
Just sends it up to the top. Got loose.
Yeah, it got really loose there. Unfortunate break for all these drivers. Yeah, got really loose, slid up the track. Johnson gets a huge lead out of all that contact. But look at this raging pack they got behind them.
Man, they are racing like it is a super speedway right now. It is crazy how tight they are.
There's those two Metz Motorsports car linked up there mid-pack, trying to work their way through. 3 wide now.
You see Rashad making his way to
3
the front
wide,
already, making
wide.
a great push to the front.
Oh, Rashad Metz is always a great car to be pushed. He knows where to put his car and win. Oh, 3, 4 wide, I believe, there for the lead.
4 wide. You see some of these rookies diving into turn 1 and getting a little bit too deep. You see him slide up the track there to Nick Collier.
Yeah, it's 15 laps. It's go time this entire race. We talk about it a lot. Normally you have 10 extra laps, so, you know, kind of have time to lay back in the back of the field, just kind of wait, see what happens, and then make a run with about 10 to go. But you only got about 10 to go in this race, so it's going to be a wild one from start to finish. Ooh, a lot of contact there.
A lot of bumping and banging there.
Everyone's in the wall.
Yeah, with less laps tonight, as well as several rookies running, never really run on this track with our package. You know, it's going to be a crazy race. You know, from the green flag.
Which one thing? Ooh, a lot of people got
a lot of banging.
There's one thing you got to watch out with the package that we're running. You figure if you're leading this race, you're going 10 to 20 mile an hour slower than that car that's in your draft right behind you. So if you're the car in second place or the car in that draft, you're going to have to slow down a lot earlier for these turns, which is something that these rookies haven't quite learned yet.
Yeah, you can see a lot of these rookies are sitting a little bit too deep into the corners.
Oh, we got a car around.
Nick Collier's around.
Let's see if we can get a camera angle on him. Trying to. Let's see if there he is.
There he is.
Goes into turn 2, catching up to that lead pack there. I think there was a lot of trouble there. I think he clipped the apron a little bit and just slid up.
Yeah, just got caught in a little car sandwich there in about 4 cars and just kind of caught the worst of it all.
Able to get it back going straight though, shouldn't lose that much time. Johnson's still your leader. Matt's trying to make his way past these Laser Fuel and Zypher in second place.
Yeah, Laser and Zypher look like they're really starting to kind of mesh with the way that the league runs their package.
Metz
big slam there. Those two have been up front primarily the entire race. I mean, they've kind of meshed in well with the way everyone's running. You know, they've caught some good bump drafting from the guys in the league. I mean, they have a good chance to run it late in there as well.
One thing that's always a theme here at this track is you need help. If you don't have help, then you're going to the back. See a lot of pushing and shoving, a lot of moving around there. But you need someone to help push you to the front.
Yeah, you can tell who's used to getting help and who's used to helping out. The same 5 cars or so have been up front the entire time. You know, you can see guys moving in and out, different drafting partners throughout the race, but it's the same guys up front.
Yeah, we're already about a third of the way through this race. This is going to be a very fast-paced race. And man, this racing is just unbelievable. 3 to 4 wide almost the entire time.
Get a big run from Metz coming here on the outside. Looking for Miles to go with him. Doesn't look like he's going to.
You can tell who is a part of the league and who really tends to lay back, because a lot of these newer drivers, instead of using that run to go for a move, the older drivers will just kind of use that run to tuck back in line and help the other drivers and get that line moving to wait to the end of the race to make their move.
It looks like the older drivers are kind of trying to push themselves away from the less experienced guys in the back, and it seems to be working. As the field starts to spread out later in the race, the aggressiveness and the urgency will also pick up as well.
You see a lot of, especially one of the most scariest spots as a driver. Of course, you know, in turn 1, you got to look at these braking zones. You got to be careful. A lot of those drivers,
a lot of different braking zones there.
A lot of those drivers. Oh, the 58 car goes around. Zypher goes around hard into the wall again. Another wreck. Let's see what happened here.
we talk about those braking zones. You look at about 4 different braking spots for those cars going in there. He just goes up on the wall, comes back down, he hooks in.
Ooh, yeah, got loose.
Finway gets loose and then just lost it.
Got loose off of Collier there. I think he might have got a little help going in there, but you gotta watch them braking zones. We got a 3-wide battle almost for the lead here.
Get the Mets Motorsports car running up front. Rashad up in P1 and Collier in P2. Oh, someone's loose going into 2 there.
And Joe Sweet there. Joe Sweet has been warned by the GTO stewards for aggressive driver or over aggressive driving, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on that and see if any penalties will be dealt out.
If you're Laser Fuel right now, you're running 3rd behind 2 of the faster cars at this track. What's going through your mind to try to, maybe make a move late in the race?
You gotta find some help. You might be able to find it in Miles Johnson since he's not with those teammates, but he does know those 2 drivers personally, so being a newcomer in the league, you gotta hope that someone helps or you either find yourself in the lead, because if you're behind someone, I doubt you're going to be able to make that pass without having help. But if you're leading the race, you might be able to throw some blocks.
3 wide going into turn 1 there.
Johnson got a little pinched in the wall there. Some cars loose in the back of the pack.
You see Big Miles sneaking up to the front there.
Miles Turner in the number 74 car broke into the top 5 for, I believe, the first time today.
Yeah, he's kind of sneaky in his driving. He's kind of bumping in and out, trying to see what works, what doesn't. Makes his car stick in some corners.
He's making a run for the front now.
He's got a little drafting help with Nick Collier here coming into turn 1.
Ooh.
Oh, big shove from Mets.
Ooh, that's going to send his car scattering in the turn 1. Almost another wreck there.
You can see 5 to go or 6 to go. The intensity's already picked up.
But you figure you can normally run through the pack with about 1 or maybe 2 or 3 laps if you're really lucky, but it's just really difficult running through the pack in under that amount of time. So, ooh, I think we got a car spinning.
Turn 3.
Joe Sweet goes around. You see what happened here.
Some heavy contact. Look like the Mets coming down. Comes off of turn 3. He just tries to pinch in and just gets spun. Just a little too aggressive too early.
Try to slide up. Let's see if we can get the helmet camera of Mets here.
You see Mets go to the top lane. He's had a lot of speed there all day.
He just got pinched up there by Joe Sweet. Unfortunate break from them, but only a couple more laps, 5 more laps remaining. It's go time. Oh, Johnson gets pushed up high.
Big pinch there. Johnson's had a lot of trouble getting pinched up into the wall all race.
Which, one thing, I always love to run the high lane here. The high lane is one of my favorite runs. I love racing it through turn 1 and turn 3 especially. But it's almost, you get scared after a certain amount of time to run those high lines because you're scared of cars on the bottom sliding up into you. So does that change the racing line that you want to run during this race, or do you still want to keep to the high lane?
I think it all depends on who's around you. If you have, Collier, you have Mets, you have guys who are used to running that high lane with that kind of speed with this package we run. I think you're more comfortable running that high line. But if you have guys, as you see there with Laser Fuel, he's not used to that speed coming in. He lets it get in too deep, drifts up, and he gets a little contact, and he gets thrown up on the wall. So you kind of have to be, a little bit more attentive of who, what cars are running around you, so you know what kind of line you can run, especially here late.
One question I always like to ask whoever's in the booth with me: where do you want to be on that last lap? Do you want to be in that lead position, or do you want to be in, say, 2nd or 3rd right behind that leader? Do you want to be able to make the move, or do you want to be able to stop the move?
With the aggressiveness we've had all race, I don't want to be up front. I want to be setting back, waiting for those leaders to make that mistake, coming to the line. You can sneak in and catch a good draft, go around them, get your victory lane. But you see Miles Turner got 6th place right now. He's sitting back. He's looking to strike.
Oh, big wreck! Almost
big wreck!
Metz saves it! Did he save it? Save it! He saves it!
He got it!
What almost a massive
What
wreck!
a spectacular save!
This all happened, I believe Joe Sweet went on the apron. No, he got forced on by Laser Fuel's hard into the wall.
Laser Fuel forced him down on the apron.
Yeah. This is going to be a fun helmet camera to watch.
See, he pinches down inside. He's got the lane. Laser Fuel doesn't see him and just comes down on him.
Look at that wheel work.
Look
at his hands. Look at his hands.
All over the place. Look at him. That's fantastic wheel work. That is why he is one of the best in the league at what he does.
And we only got 2 laps to go. Will Metz be able to make it back to the front? Look who's in the lead, though. Miles Turner's up front, the number 74.
Miles Turner in the league. I wouldn't count out Rashad Metz. He's got his teammate Nick Collier behind him pushing, trying to get both of them up to the front here. You see Laser Fuel getting a run late here. Miles Turner steps out in front.
Will he be able to keep it up front? Oh, he gets put in the wall a little bit. Sweet trying to make a move. Lots of heavy contact between these two, battling it out to get the white flag. Metz getting a huge push by Johnson to the lead. How is this going to sort out? Let's see if we can get a good camera angle here.
As you saw there coming to the line, you can see the rookies separating themselves from the veterans of the league, as the guys who have been in the league and have continued to race with each other, they know what they like to do. As you can see, Metz, Johnson, and Collier running 1, 2, 3 here coming to the line. You can see the distance they put between the rest of the league.
Through the final turn, 1 lap time. 3 wide! Off the who's it gonna be? Oh, Collier goes around! But here comes Miles Turner with the run. Turner gets him at the line! What a finish!
What a spectacular finish!
10 1,000ths of a second he beat him at the line. Look at this!
Oh my goodness!
By mere inches, Miles Turner beat Metz. Miles Turner picks up his first career win. Let's see. Let's take a really close look at this. Look how close that was.
Holy smokes.
About
I cannot believe what I've just seen.
Miles Turner picks up his first career win at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. Gotta love to see these first. But let's take another look at what happened coming off of turn 3 there between the 3 leaders.
We were just talking about these 3 guys knowing how they like to run, come to the line, nose to tail, all the way in. They get separated going into turn 3 here. They all have different lines, and they all end up in the same spot. They come out, Collier gets a little tight, pushes up. He was just a little bit in front of his team owner and Rashad Metz, and he paid the price for it. We also talked about Miles Turner staying back, waiting for the right moment. He's in 4th place coming to the line. The leaders make a mistake. He makes his move. He goes to victory lane for the first time in his career.
That was a crazy finish from the helmet camera of Miles Turner coming to the line there, so you can see what unfolded in front of him. 3 wide, gets a good run into turn 3.
Gets a little tight in there. Follows in behind his team owner as well.
Look at him split the gap there.
Look at it part.
What an excellent
finish.
What a finish here.
Yeah, you can see Nicholas Collier just tried to put it in a little too tight. The car didn't stick the way he wanted it to, and it's not the result he was looking for.
But what an excellent race. Congratulations to Miles Turner. But don't go anywhere. We got another race coming up with you in a couple minutes. The field will be inverted. So it's going to be a fun one to watch this again. We'll see you again in a couple minutes. Thank you for watching.